Okay, so this presentation is going to briefly show you how to make your Google Slide presentation a little more visually appealing and add those bells and whistles that I know we all like to add because we are creators and we love to create things in the library, I know. So we're going to start with, instead of having this white background, which admittedly is pretty boring, okay, we're just going to go up here and you can either choose the background and choose a color and maybe make all of your slides one color if you'd like. Okay, and then if you want like this color, you could click add to theme and then done, and then that makes all of your slides this nice blue color. And of course, you could choose any color you wanted. There's also something called themes, and those are over here to the side. And you could choose any of these themes, and the themes have already a font style chosen for it. And I just encourage you to look through these and see if you want to use these themes. You certainly don't have to. You could just choose a background if you wanted. So I'm going to go with this one. All right, next I want to talk to you about how to change the font. So I already have a font for you right here, but if you want to make it a little bit more interesting, all you do is click, and once you click inside the text box, you get your menu that pops up that has your font styles, font sizes, bold, italic, underline, and font color. I'm going to highlight all this so that I can change the font style first. Pick whichever one you would like. So I encourage you to explore. That's the fun part of it. And just make sure when you're choosing colors, you choose font colors that are going to show up against your background. So usually with lighter backgrounds, you would want to choose darker fonts, and the darker fonts, the darker backgrounds, you want to choose lighter fonts, like even white, for example. And then you would just type in names here, which I think most of you have already done. All right, so that shows you a little bit about font styles and how to change it. It's pretty simple. I'm going to change that back to, I think maybe a nice gray would look nice. Okay, so here we go. That is the cover. Now let's try to add an image, because images do make presentations more interesting to watch if you're the one in the audience watching. So I'm going to click on this mountain top right here and go to Google search. And my image needs to be about whatever it is I'm presenting on. So Christopher Columbus. Okay, and I'm going to use this one right here. So you just click on it and then you click select, and then it's going to drop right here in the middle. To adjust the size and positioning of this picture, I just need to use any of the four corners and drag with my mouse. And then when the cross with the arrows is showing up, I can pick it up and move it where I would like it to go. So I think it needs to be just a bit smaller here. Okay. A little bit smaller maybe, or just scoot it over. There we go. So now I have a picture to add something more interesting to look at on that first slide. So let's go to slide 2. You should have typed in your information based on this site, on whatever site you're on right here. Really not much to add to this site, right, to this slide, or slide 3 or slide 4, okay, because I really just want to know your information and what you discovered using the CARP criteria by looking at the websites. But when you get here, I think it'd be a really good idea again to start adding more images. So again, images right here. The text box is already here for you, so when you click on it, you can start typing. Once you're inside that text box, remember all these menus come up for you. So that's how you can change it. And again, for this one, I think you should probably add an image here too to make it a little bit more interesting. So on these two slides, which side is most reliable if you are researching Christopher Columbus? You and your group members have to come up with that together after you've presented to each other about your sites. And then on slide 6, which site is the least reliable and why? Probably the hoax website, if there was one, would go on this slide. Okay, so what else do I need to tell you about the slides? Transitions are a little fun to add. So if you go to transition, this means between the slides, it will do a certain thing, do a certain action. So I'll say flip on this one, and then you can click play to see what that would look like. There you go. Okay, and then maybe after this slide, okay, I think I'll go try a different one, cube. And you could apply one transition to all the slides, or no, it's pretty neat, or you can just do a different one each one. Okay, and let's try again. Okay, slide from right. You can also adjust the speed on how fast or slow the transition goes. Okay, and when you're ready to watch your slideshow, all you do is go to present, and it will start you. Oops, we have to go right here. I'm going to click slide 3 and go up to 1. And you can flip through. Notice the transitions are showing up on the ones I did. So that is all there really is to creating a Google slideshow. It's a great way to present information.